This is Jason with Chicago News, and this week we're testing out the 2017 Kia Forte S, a nice, economical, small sedan. Our test car is the Forte S version, which is the top of the line version. It still only has a starting price of just at $20,000. And really very few options, just the technology package, which gives you LED headlights and some more safety features. This has blind spot monitors. It's got radar cruise control, a couple of really nice features for a car at this price point. Really, price and warranty are two of the best features this car has. You know, it doesn't have an exciting powertrain. The driving experience isn't that exciting, but you know, for not a lot of money, you can get a reliable car with a good warranty, excellent fuel mileage. It gets 38 miles per gallon on the highway, and so far in our testing. Unfortunately, when you put your foot down, nothing really happens. It's got a really buzzy sound to it. 147 horsepower, you know, is decent out of a 2-liter with no turbocharger. You know, and the mileage is great, but it just doesn't have enough oomph, you know, compared to some of the competitors. Value is what's key here, though, and there's plenty of that. You got some great connectivity with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, both integrated very well here. It's, you know, connects right to your phone, something that's not available in some of the higher line cars we've driven. As far as interior quality, there's actually some really nice materials here. You've got carbon fiber patterned material on the dash here, some chrome accents, some soft touch materials. Overall, it's actually pretty decent. Again, we keep saying it with this car, but the price point really is what makes this car special. It's a pretty average small sedan if you don't look at the price point. Once you compare to everything else in the market, you're getting a lot more for your money with this. You know, we've already talked about the engine being a little underwhelming. Unfortunately, the chassis is as well. You know, the steering, it's a bit heavy, but also doesn't have great feel. You know, if it were heavy but gave you good feedback, I could excuse the weight of the steering, but also over bumps and undulations, this thing really bounces around quite a lot. The shocks don't seem to be up to the task of really controlling the body here, which, again, this day and age, a lot of the competitors out there do a much better job. Despite having a 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, this is actually the second Kia that we've driven that has one of the power outlets here in the center that doesn't work. And you know, the first one we figured out was just a problem with that car, but the fact that two of them now have done that, you know, kind of makes us wonder a little bit. The quality, obviously, you know, these test cars get used and abused by lots of different journalists, so who knows what's happened, but it's a little disconcerting to have that same problem on multiple Kias. Really, when you look at everything this Kia gives you, you can overlook some of the problems when you consider how many features and how much technology you're getting for a car essentially under $20,000 or at $20,000. It'd be easy to think that this car was kind of dated just by the driving experience. The way the engine feels, the transmission, the way that it drives does feel a little bit old, but then you look at some of the features that you get and realize that this is a pretty modern car. Even the looks on the outside, it's quite a handsome little sedan. There's 3 drive modes available here: Eco, Standard, and Sport, and you know, while there's not a ton of difference between them, it gives you different throttle response, different engagement of the transmission. It just kind of tailors the driving experience a little bit. In Sport mode, it's a little snappier to downshift. Again, this transmission is not the sharpest of all in the market, but at least you can kind of change the feel of the car a little bit here with the drive mode. For people who the driving experience is more about getting from point A to point B than having an engaging driving experience, someone that's also looking for a good value, this is a great place to look. So what do we think about this Kia Forte? Well, it's an excellent value, first of all. There's tons of technology and features that you can access in a car that starts under $20,000. This is a great value, and even though it's not as fun to drive as we had hoped, It does have a fantastic warranty. It's something you should check out if you're in the market.